How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now, did you guys see that Wolverine trailer? I have. I've watched it and it looks bloody amazing. No pun intended. And the game is being developed by Insomniac, which, if you didn't know, they're the ones that made the Spider-Man games. Spider-Man 2018, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and, Spider-Man 2. Which I have actually had the pleasure of playing all three of these games, and they're all fantastic. And now they're making Wolverine, probably one of my top 3 most favorite characters in Marvel. Pretty sure the last game that Wolverine got was X-Men Origins Wolverine back in 2009, which is a video game based off the movie of the same name. And in 2026, we'll finally be able to play as Wolverine again in Insomniac's Marvel game. And you bet your ass I'm picking up this game as soon as humanly possible, as soon as it comes out. We all know Insomniac absolutely cooked with the Spider-Man games, and I know they're gonna do the same with the Wolverine game. Like, at this point, if this Wolverine game does well, I want them to do a fucking Ghost Rider game. Yes, Ghost Rider, my all-time favorite Marvel character. I want a video game made by Insomniac. I know they will. They're just perfect for that kind of character. Anyway, before I get too off topic, let's just go ahead and get into the meat of this video. And I'm personally really excited because today we are finally covering Ranting for Vengeance. Now, I and many others have heard tales of this creature that resides here on YouTube. Most of you probably know him from the whole Absolute Batman debacle, which was, if you didn't know, let me just catch up really quick. Absolute Batman is a reimagining of Batman, like telling like a whole different story, whole different characters, changing up the characters a little bit. And from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty damn good. I really hope to maybe cop and read it someday. But for those of you who don't know, one of Ranting for Vengeance's main critiques was that the characters were race swapped. And of course he called it woke and DEI and all that. But he's also like very openly racist about it as well. Yeah, I'm not even joking on that. The guy was just literally openly racist. Like, he quite literally attacked a black creator's appearance because he was one of the ones that reviewed Absolute Batman and thought it was good. But we're not talking about that today. I'm not going to go ahead and get into that today. He dropped a video on Marvel Wolverine, literally released 6 days ago. And yeah, it's an interesting video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this title, shall we? Marvel's Wolverine is confirmed woke slop. Because why wouldn't it be? Literally every video game and movie and TV show that comes out these days literally is labeled woke for some reason or another. Oh, what's that? There's a female character for 5 seconds? Oh, no. Woke. Oh, what's that? There's a black person over there? Oh, woke garbage. Oh, what's that? There's a gay person over there? Oh, no. Quite literally every time, we can't escape it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and see what our favourite racist Irishman has to say.
So we finally have a trailer for Insomniac's long-awaited Wolverine game, and people are saying it looks great and lives up to the hype. And as a big fan of the character of Wolverine, it does look good to an extent, because throughout all of these trailers and posts, people are leaving out one crucial detail. And I'm not going to clickbait you or try to make you watch the entire video. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. This game is confirmed as feminist garbage.
Ah, yes, feminist garbage, my favourite flavour of anti-woke grifter losers.
When I say I'm a Wolverine fan, I'm not a fan of the Fox X-Men Hugh Jackman Wolverine. That is just not the character. I'm not a fan of the modern comic Wolverine. That is nothing like the character. I'm a fan of the real Wolverine from Chris Claremont's full Uncanny X-Men, ranging from the 70s all the way up to the early 90s. Claremont created a character that was this anti-hero that could only really be found if you were reading underground comics or manga. Wolverine didn't wear a cape. He wasn't some pacifist Boy Scout. He was like a mix of Batman and Daredevil, where at his minimum, he was a badass character in the team of the X-Men all the way through the 70s, 80s and 90s.
Okay, so I think he's implying that the Wolverine we're gonna see in the Wolverine game is not quote-unquote the real Wolverine, which, like, I don't know if we've seen the same trailer, my guy, but it looks like he's gonna be the Wolverine in that game. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, the guy was literally out there hauling ass left and right, and that's not Wolverine. And this man has the gall to disrespect Hugh Jackman's Wolverine like that. The only thing inaccurate about Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is his height.
Wolverine that's always smoking a cigarette, drinking, dealing with a femme fatale in some dark city. That is the character of Wolverine. He's like a hard-boiled detective that's darker than even Daredevil.
Yeah, you pretty much just described Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to a T right there. Can't really say much for the modern comics version of Wolverine since I don't really read comics that much. And again, I don't know if we've watched the same trailer, but it looks like we're getting that kind of character in this game.
Wolverine riding a motorcycle with Arkham-style stealth and combat. And by God, as a Daredevil and Wolverine fan, we do need a proper game like this. And that is one of the problems with this game. It just looks like God of War mixed with Arkham and Spider-Man.
And this is bad. Why? The Arkham combat system is like one of the best combat systems to ever come out of a game. Like, what are you talking about? Why? How is this a problem?
Speaking of Spider-Man, that leads me into the main issue of this game. Now, I was positive for a bit. The game does look badass. But at the same time, why is the suit some tactical Christopher Nolan variation instead of the actual character's costume? Why does Logan look and sound nothing like his character?
I really don't see a problem with the costume. It's like, it's Insomniac's own take on the Wolverine costume. It's made to fit within Insomniac's Marvel universe. They did the same with Spider-Man's suit with the advanced suit, which looks awesome, by the way. And pray tell, sir, what exactly do you mean, why does Logan look nothing or sound nothing like his character from the comics? I mean, like, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing things differently here, but it kinda looks like they got Logan's looks down to a T in this game. I mean, they got his sideburns, his hairstyle, and his, like, rough, tough-looking face. I don't know what else you want out of a Wolverine's appearance. As for his voice, his voice sounds really good as well. Like, the actor they got for Wolverine is absolutely killing it. Wolverine's supposed to give off this rough, like, I've been through some shit kind of voice. And I don't know about you, but that's exactly what I heard out of the voice in this version of Wolverine.
More importantly, this is Insomniac we're dealing with. The people who gave us Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. I got Spider-Man 2 because I was a really big fan of Spider-Man at the time and wanted a good Spider-Man game that stayed faithful to the character. And I thought I was gonna get that, but what did I get instead? A big load of gay black people. Hey, do you want to play as Miles Morales, the fake Spider-Man, going around at festivals with other people of color?
If you thought I was exaggerating with the racist claims I said before, this should put it on full display. Like, do you hear the amount of hatred in this man's voice when he says people of color? And he also has the gall once again to disrespect Miles Morales like that. You're really getting into my bad books here, my friend. You disrespect Hugh Jackman, now you disrespect Miles Morales like that? Calling him a fake Spider-Man? Hell nah, yeah, this man's gotta be crucified.
All of the female characters are feminist bitches like Mary Jane Watson in Spider-Man 2. So how is that gonna mix? Wolverine, a character who is always dealing with femme fatales like a noir detective, is instead gonna get punched in the nuts by some bitch.
This is the thing a lot of these anti-woke grifters will say, like they see that a female character gets a one-up on like a male character and they immediately label that woke. Because yeah, God forbid the character isn't this like strong powerhouse that always wins. Like people will always complain, oh, characters are too OP, and when they lose they're like, oh my god, what a weak bitch this character is. And also, this might be just me, but I really don't understand the Mary Jane hate in Insomniac Spider-Man. I mean, sure, she was annoying in the first Spider-Man game, but she's picked up her act now, and now she's not annoying anymore. In fact, she was even very supportive of Peter throughout Spider-Man 2. And you know what? Let me do you one better. The MJ missions in both the Spider-Man games were not that bad. That's right, you sweaty Spider-Man nerds. I can already tell you're going to be rampaging my comments section, and I haven't even finished recording yet. Anyway, a little off topic, let's get back to the video.
Now I probably have to watch my words here, or maybe I don't, because nobody really gives a crap. But how do I say this without getting myself in trouble? Using the internet, let's just say I borrowed a little sneak peek of Wolverine a few months ago.
Oh boy, he's gonna complain about some shit that might not even make it into the game. For context, in case you don't know, Insomniac got hacked a while ago, and within these hacks they leaked some of early builds of Wolverine, you know, like showing off like gameplay and cutscenes and all that. In fact, you can look them up right now. There's quite a few people that uploaded the early gameplay on YouTube. And with those leaks came a lot of stupid people complaining that the unfinished game isn't finished. Oh my god, the unfinished game's combat is so clunky and horrible. Yeah, no shit, it's an early build of the game, you fucking morons. And I think I already have a decent idea on what Ranting for Vengeance is gonna say.
This game is hiding something that it's not showing anybody in any of the trailers. You don't just play as Wolverine in this game, you also have to play as Jean Grey in these 4 sections that go on for way too long.
Oh my god, we have to play as a different character in a video game? Oh no. And even worse, it's a female character? Oh my god, oh no, please, I can't take much more. Yeah, because God forbid we get to play and experience different characters in a video game. I would understand the criticism if the Jean Grey took up a lot more of the screen time than Wolverine did. If anything, the Jean Grey sections are probably just gonna be like the MJ sections in the Spider-Man 1 and 2. You get like 2 or 3 of them and that's it, and then they're not even that long.
And Jean Grey is not a feminist character, but knowing Insomniac, they're gonna make her insufferable. And also, the game is called Wolverine. Why am I playing as 2 different characters?
Because 1, they're both part of the X-Men, and 2, playing as 2 different characters can introduce new gameplay features or perhaps new story elements. Again, kinda like the MJ missions did in Spider-Man 1 and 2, which is why I don't mind the MJ missions that much, because there's actually a point to the MJ missions. They continue the story.
The Logan in this game is weak and gay and not at all masculine. You know, like the exact opposite of Logan.
The Logan in this game is weak and gay and not at all masculine. You know, like the exact opposite of Logan.
Yeah, honestly, mate, you ran right into that one. You just pulled that straight out of your ass when most of the population who isn't woke-brained as you actually have eyes and are able to see the fucking trailer.
But this game is 100% without a doubt political. And not even political, it's just shit. Who wants to play as Jean Grey? There's tons of different characters you could have played as. Maybe Kitty Pryde. Like, you know, the classic Chris Claremont run, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. No, instead you have to play as Jean Grey.
Why would people want to play as another well-known character in a well-known universe? I don't know, probably people who are fans of the character. And there are also, again, part of the X-Men, so it would make sense to have another X-Men-esque character in the game. Honestly, I don't really know much about Jean Grey. The only X-Men characters I know are Wolverine, obviously, Cyclops and Storm and Gambit. So I can't really say that I like the character because I don't know much about her. But, like, people who are fans of this character would be pleasantly surprised to play as that character. And then he suggests Kitty Pryde, which honestly I don't really know much about that character either. I think she's that one character that can phase through walls. But yeah, I don't really know much about that character either. And hell, I didn't even know Wolverine and her starred in a comic together. But also, Ranting for Vengeance, Kitty Pryde's a woman. You will remember, we can't have women in video games anymore. What are you doing, man?
We can't get a proper Wolverine game where he looks and acts badass and masculine like the character.
We can't get a proper Wolverine game where he looks and acts badass and masculine like the character.
Again, you walked right into that one, talking shit right out of your ass.
So that was just a quick video. It's kind of annoying that we have to put up with feminism and wokeness. You can't just get a normal game. That sounds like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but it really is the truth. Screw these miserable people who can't give the fans what they want.
If anyone here is miserable, it's you, my guy. It's people like you that are actually ruining gaming, or at least one of the factors of ruining gaming. People over here saying, oh, microtransactions ruin games, sequels ruin games, this ruins games, that ruins games. Nah. To me, anyway, what really ruins games is people like this. Motherfuckers see a female character for like 5 seconds and immediately think, whoa. They see a black person for 5 seconds, woke. They see a gay person for 5 seconds. They see a trans person for 5 seconds, just woke. Can we all come together and collectively agree that the word woke has just lost all meaning at this point? Can we please go back to the days where we are just critiquing like the story or the gameplay or the characters? All it takes these days is for characters to just casually mention that they're gay or trans, and these people go on YouTube and Twitter and whatever the fuck and have a fucking meltdown about it. Like, I can understand like where some of these people are coming from. It can be annoying to have like certain messages and you know, agendas pushed down your throat, but most, if not all, of these quote-unquote woke games are just like small details about characters and about like the world, and people just somehow manage to make such a big deal out of it, calling it, oh, we're pushing an agenda. But anyway, I think I'm done for today. This topic is actually draining me. Before I go, please don't go and like send this guy hate or anything. Like, just don't give him the attention. Like, he doesn't even deserve that kind of attention. But without further ado, this is me signing off. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos like this, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and drop a subscribe if you're feeling frisky. Oh, and speaking of subscribers, I'm pleased to announce that we are now 3 subscribers away from that big old juicy 100 subscriber mark. So yeah, you want to help me reach 100 subscribers and you enjoyed this content, go ahead, drop a subscribe. And once again, leave a like. Also leave a comment, tell me what you think about this. Are you excited for Wolverine? Do you think this guy's an idiot? I'm excited for Wolverine. I cannot wait for 2026 when it actually comes out. Thank you all for 97 subscribers, and with that being said, that's really all I have to say. So, I'll see ya.